Welcome to my channel Traveler Guide. In this video we talk about how Israel became a state in 1948. We explain all the factors in detail. Islam, Judaism, Christianity and are all strongly tied to the region, and trace origins to the land over the past few thousand years. Though both Jews and Arab Muslims date their claims to the land back a couple thousand years. The current political conflict began in the early 20th century. Jews fleeing persecution in Europe wanted to establish a national homeland in what was then an Arab and Muslim majority territory in the Ottoman and later British Empire. Between 1517 and 1917, the Ottoman Empire, whose official religion was Islam, ruled the region. When World War I ended in 1918, the British took control of Palestine. The League of Nations issued a British mandate for Palestine, a document that gave Britain administrative control over the region, and included provisions for establishing a Jewish national homeland in Palestine, which went into effect in 1923. The Arabs resisted, seeing the land as rightfully theirs. An early United Nations plan to give each group part of the land failed. Israel and the surrounding Arab nations fought several wars over the territory. Today's lines largely reflect the outcomes of two of these wars, one waged in 1948 and another in 1967. Some Arab leaders argued that they represented the majority of the population and should be granted more territory. They began to form volunteer armies throughout Palestine. British forces withdrew from Palestine, and Israel declared its independence on May 14, 1948. That started the First Arab-Israeli War. Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, opponents of Israel's declaration of independence, invaded the country. Though the USA immediately recognized the new provisional Israeli government, it did not get involved in the conflict militarily. Israel won the war and with it, 77% of the previous Palestinian Mandate territory, including land that the UN had intended to allocate to the Arabs. During the Arab-Israeli War, and in the militia attacks that preceded it, more than 700,000 Palestinians were forced to flee and approximately were killed in what Palestinians refer to as the nakba, Arabic for catastrophe, including by the United Nations for the first time in 2023. Some have warned that the current Israeli offensive in Gaza, in which more than 1 million Palestinians have been told by Israel to flee, is amounting to a second nakba.